Hey everybody, welcome back. In a previous video, I gave you all the details you needed about LEGO Marvel's new releases and whether they were going to be good, bad, or ugly for your LEGO investment portfolio. A few days later, wouldn't you know it, LEGO comes out and says, hey, we now got Marvel Minifigure Series 2 hitting shelves September 1st. Today, in this video, I'm going to give you all the details you need about what minifigures are coming and whether they're going to be good or bad for your investment portfolio. So why don't we just check them out and jump right into it. You already know that in 2020, LEGO released a DC minifigure series, and then in 2021, they released the Marvel Series 1. Those are my two reference points for this Marvel Series 2. Before we jump into them, let's refresh what we got with Marvel Series 1. The characters thrown into Series 1 were definitely a win. Now remember, this was introduced in mid-21, retired mid to late 22. I could have my dates wrong there, but I know they were introduced in 21 and retired in 22, so probably had a 16-month shelf life. Which is why I want to use this as a reference point. I quickly want to cover the minifigures that we got, and I love the fact that Marvel LEGO are putting this out, and what LEGO's doing is introducing the MCU from Disney Plus to consumers via minifigures. They had a couple of sets, but obviously we're focused on minifigures here. We got a poly bag. That's changing. We'll talk about that in a minute. I have some opinion on that. And one of the things I really like are just these symbols of artwork behind the figures on the screen here. I think it's just a really nice touch. I wish LEGO would do something with that. I really think it's cool. Not important right now, but just something I enjoy. Jumping into the figures below, the 12 we get, Winter Soldier and Cap, now Cap, right? Falcon. My favorite of the two is definitely Cap. Falcon is Cap. Love the suit, love the wings, love that minifigure. Jumping over to WandaVision, you get Monica, the Vision, and my favorite, Scarlet Witch. I really like the headpiece there. I think it's a nice touch. Good detail on the minifigures. The Vision looks great. Scarlet Witch is my favorite out of this one. Jumping over to What If, zombie hunting Spidey, Gamora with Thanos' sword, and also from What If, Captain Carter, Zombie Cap, and then T'Challa's Star-Lord, which of the whole set, he's my favorite. I really like the color of his jacket. I like the pants. I mean, he looks like Star-Lord, obviously. His mask is a little different color, and he's got the blasters. I really like that minifigure there. And then jumping over the Loki series, you get Loki and Sylvie with other renditions of Loki. I love Thor Loki here with Thor's hammer. I think that's really cool. So a nice group of minifigures. Now, do they sell is what we're here to talk about. And the answer is they do as a complete set. So if we quickly do the math, Amazon right now, it's my reference point, complete set, Series 1, retired, $160. We're rounding up, always rounding. $160. This one right here is not even offering Prime. This is going to be delivered in a couple of weeks. As a set, this is worth it. You're spending $60 plus tax, so we'll call it $70 up front, assuming you're getting 12. You're just getting all 12 straight, not even including all the doubles you may get. If you do it right, and we'll talk about a little strategy. So stay tuned. I have a little bit of a strategy that helped me with my recent collections of minifigures. But as a complete set, it works. You're selling for $160, you spend $70, right? So doing math, you have $90 there. You're doing free shipping, $5, you're down to $85, and then eBay or Amazon's taking 10 or 15 off the top. So let's just say, to keep it simple, to eBay 10%, we'll just call it $15, $16. You're down to $70. So you're spending 60 to 70, you're making 70. That to me is worth my time and effort. And so I'm in for the whole series. Now, the other question is, what about just the figures themselves? The answer is still yeah, with a hesitation. I probably would not just get into selling the figures. I'm looking at, if you can tell, I'm looking at Luke's helmet, Red 5 to buy. So let me just delete that there. The figures you can, pass on individually and just sell those to get your money back, so at least you're breaking even. Cap at $20. T'Challa at $9, $10. Monica, the lowest that I've seen, at $8. I think in time, like if you're willing to wait 5 or 6 years, yeah, these are going to be worth your while, even opened. they're going to be worth your while. However, a year removed, not going to be worth the investment for you. So you really just have to be willing to hold on to them for a long time. Again, just wanted to use these as a reference point to some of the decisions I have about the minifigures in Series 2. So why don't we jump over there? All right, check it out what we get for Series 2. A whole new slew of characters, again, bringing the MCU from Disney Plus to minifigure life. Really cool. Let's check them out. 11 of them make sense. One does not. I'll let you guess which one. I'll save that one until the end. But let's briefly run through it. And I want to start with my biggest point of pain that LEGO's introducing with this series. They're moving from the polybag style to a box. So unless there's some secret code that somebody knows about, gone are the days that we would probably all enjoy of really feeling around the bag to see what minifigure it is. Currently, I would go to my local LEGO store, and they're amazing. I hope yours is too. Mine is amazing. What they do is they get in shipments, and they're feeling through the bags, and they actually divide them up for you. So you can go behind the, not behind the register, but like near the pick-a-brick section, and they have a box labeled with what each poly bag is. So I'm completed the Disney one, the Disney set, and I needed a couple more. And as I went to the LEGO store, infrequent, hey, do you have this? Hey, do you have that? Oh yeah, we have 4 left, grab one. So to me, that was awesome. Moving to the box really takes that away, and it really is a gamble. So with that, yeah, it's going to be really difficult until somebody tells me the secret to get all 12 of these. It's like opening baseball cards, right? It's fun to get, fun to open. Disappointment when you get doubles or cards you don't need. However, I'm just not a fan and really disappointed in LEGO moving to the box. As a business person, I get it. I just don't like it. But more, let's talk about the figures that we're getting. So starting out with, again, bringing the series, the TV series to life here. You know, Hawkeye and Kate Bishop. You get the pizza from her apartment. You get a Hawkeye in his traditional purple and black gear. I like these 2 figures. I think they're cool. Don't want to spend much time there. They're not my favorite. I just like them. Moving over, Moon Knight. Who hasn't wanted Moon Knight minifigures? So Moon Knight and Mr. Knight. Look at the detail on these 2. In all white, printed legs, nice tuxedo, the mummification wrapping. Like, this is just amazing detail on the minifigure. The scarab as an addition. Those are 2 of my favorite minifigures that I've seen, and I'll be opening up plenty of boxes to try to find those 2 for myself. Moving on, X-Men 97 is coming out, or has come out, and we're getting Storm, Beast, and of course Wolverine in their X-Men 97 costumes. I'm a fan. I like them. I like Beast with his glasses. I think it's cool. Wish he had a little bit more clothing on. But again, the detail of Beast here is fantastic. They even give him a little hairy chest, as he should. I like it. So that's cool to me. I'm a fan of those. Agatha Harkness finally gets her own minifigure. I think they would have maybe thrown her in with the Scarlet Witch before, being how popular she was in that series. But with her own series coming out, she now gets her own minifigure, which I think is super cool. Really happy. I love the actress who plays her, so I'm glad she's getting a minifigure. And then the werewolf from Werewolf by Night. I didn't watch that series. Don't yell at me. I didn't watch it. So again, good detail on the fig. Love that they're again bringing the Disney Plus shows, the MCU shows to life in minifigure form. So the last couple coming up here, She-Hulk. Wasn't a fan of the series, but I like that she's in a minifigure form. Echo from Hawkeye, also getting her own series. The adoptive daughter of Kingpin is known to help Daredevil, so I'm hoping there's some connection to her and what will be the Daredevil series. And this one just does, this is the one that doesn't make sense to me, Goliath. I don't understand why, unless there's some connection somewhere coming out that we don't know of, I don't know why they chose Goliath. There are plenty of other characters they could have chosen from the series that they have. Instead, they chose Goliath, who is not even introduced yet in the universe formally as Goliath. So we saw the Good Doctor, Ant-Man and Wasp, but he had yet to become Goliath. He had worked on with the Pym particle, done his own thing. Him and Paul Rudd, they were saying him and Ant-Man were like, oh, how tall did you grow? How tall did you grow? Hey, that's great, but we've never seen him as a Goliath. So I don't know if this is, hey, we need someone, who could we put? There's a clue in that. There's something. Is this a leak? I don't know. If you know, tell me, put it in the comments, share it. But we get 12 really, really cool figures. Now, let's talk about investment. As a complete set, yes, this complete set right here is worthwhile for an investment. But to talk about the pain it's going to take you, knowing that it's coming in a box versus a bag, makes it that much more challenging, and it could also make it that much more lucrative as you start to collect these. Now, I'm sure like big investors have a way that they're going to get the entire series. I'm not that person. But to us average individuals that use Lego as an investment place and just enjoy the hobby, it's going to be really tough. And so it makes it more lucrative to me, which is why I say as a series, absolutely, if you can get all 12. I would definitely do it. If you're just wanting to hunt down individuals and hold on to them, I'm fond of the Moon Knight figures. I think in time, they're going to be worthwhile investments, probably the most worthwhile investment of this series, because we've seen Storm before, we've seen Beast, we've seen Wolverine. Although we haven't seen Agatha Harkness or Werewolf here, they're not well-known characters yet, at least. Could they be? Sure, but I think Moon Knight really, Mr. Knight and Moon Knight really steal the show of the two figures people are going to want for a while. Kate Bishop, Hawkeye, not so much, in my opinion. And then She-Hulk, I mean, that show was a bomb, awful. So I don't think people are just going to want the figure in general just to collect. Echo, we don't know much about yet in that sense. Could be, but Goliath to me is, like, that could be a dark horse because we just haven't seen Goliath. I don't think so, but I would be putting my money on Moon Knight and Mr. Knight if I am looking to hold on to figures as an investment. With the X-Men, specifically Wolverine, you know that's always going to be good to go in the long run. But we have plenty of Wolverine minifigures, so it's not as if this is unique and special compared to other figures we've gotten in the past, right? It's just bringing back his X-Men 97 uniform, which again, I think is what he's going to be wearing in Deadpool 3 possibly. So nothing special overall. I love the figure, don't get me wrong, but nothing special compared to Moon Knight and Mr. Knight. So as a series, yes, hold on to them. As individual figures, no. Look to get your money back. Hold on to your Moon Knights, though. I do think in time, these will be the two that people will be aggressively trying to hold on to or find. One, because the show's great, and the history of the comic book character is great as well. So people who really, really love Marvel and love Moon Knight will be looking for these figures in years to come. There you have it. My thoughts on LEGO Marvel Minifigures Series 2. As a series, as a set, thumbs up. It's worth it, especially if you can find them knowing that they're coming in box form. If you can get all 12 and find a way to keep them in box and authenticate that it's all 12 and sell them that way, lucrative investment all day long. As individual figures, thumbs down. It's going to take you a long time, one, to even recoup the money, and two, to make a profit. I'd hold on to Mr. Knight and Moon Knight. That could be a selfish choice for me because I love the figures and the details, and I love the character himself and his comic book story. That's my take. I want to know yours. Leave me a comment. If you like this type of content, please consider subscribing. Give me a like. I love the community, and I appreciate your time. See you next one.